Hello dear students, let us solve some short answer questions from rotational dynamics. First question is part A. In a flywheel, most of the mass is concentrated at the rim. Explain why. Its answer is, in a flywheel, most of the mass is concentrated at the rim in order to increase its moment of inertia. Because moment of inertia is mr square. As r increases, moment of inertia also increases, which ensures uniform motion. Second, part B, angular velocity of earth around sun decreases when earth comes closer to sun. Why? Answer, when earth comes closer to the sun, the moment of inertia of earth decreases. Hence, its angular velocity increases because of angular momentum conservation. L is equal to I1 omega 1 equal to I2 omega 2. C part, if the earth were to shrink suddenly, what would happen? If the earth were to shrink suddenly, what would happen to the length of the day? Answer C. If the earth were to shrink suddenly, its moment of inertia I is equal to 2 by 5 mr square. As r decreases, I also decreases, hence angular velocity increases because I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2 is constant. As omega 2 increases, the time period T2 decreases because omega 2 is equal to 2 pi upon T2 or 2 pi upon T. As T2 decreases, the length of day also decreases. Next question number 2. If the ice on polar caps of earth melts, how will it affect the duration of the day? Answer, when the ice on the polar caps of the earth melts, it will spread on the surface of earth, which will increase the moment of inertia of earth about the axis of rotation. The increase of moment of inertia will decrease the angular velocity, which will increase the time period, that is, length of the day will be increased because from the law of conservation of angular momentum, L is equal to I omega is constant and omega is 2 pi by T. When I increases, omega decreases. When omega decreases, time period increases. So, the length of the day will be increased. Thus, the length of day will increase. Next question, third, both the work done and torque are the product of force and position vector. How can you distinguish them? Answer, work is the dot product of force and position vector, hence it is a scalar quantity, whereas torque is cross product of force and position vector, hence it is a vector quantity. Next question number 4. How can you distinguish a raw egg from a hard boiled egg by spinning each on a table? We can distinguish a raw egg from a hard boiled egg by spinning each on a table. The raw egg comes to rest first due to viscous forces between different layers of the liquid inside it, whereas the hard boiled egg takes longer time to come to rest. Next question, does the angular momentum of a body moving in a circular path change? Answer, Yes, the angular momentum of a body moving in a circular path will change in presence of external torque. Next, question number 6. The cap of a bottle can be opened more easily with 2 fingers than with 1 finger. Why? The answer: when the cap of a bottle is opened with 2 fingers, the 2 fingers produce equal and opposite forces which create a couple. The moment of this couple produces more torque than that with a single finger. Thus, it becomes easier to open the cap of a bottle with 2 fingers than with 1 finger. Next, question number 7. A ballet dancer stretches her hands to come to rest. Why? Answer: when the ballet dancer outstretches her hands, the moment of inertia about the axis of rotation increases, which decreases the angular velocity. That is, the rotation slows down because the angular momentum remains constant from the law of conservation of angular momentum. Next, question number 8. What are the counterparts of mass and force in rotational motion? Answer: the counterparts of mass and force in rotational motion are the moment of inertia and torque respectively. Next, question number 9. A fan with blades takes longer time to come to rest than a fan without blades. Explain why. Answer: a fan with blades have more moment of inertia than a fan without blades. So, the fan with blades has less angular velocity and more time period than a fan without blades. That is why a fan with blades takes more time to come to rest than a fan without blade, because angular momentum L is equal to I omega is equal to I 2 pi upon T, because omega is 2 pi by T is constant in absence of external torque. Next, question number 10. Explain why spokes are fitted with the cycle wheel. Answer: by fitting the spokes in the cycle wheel, the mass is taken away from the axis of rotation. This increases the moment of inertia of the wheel and makes the rotation smooth. Next, question 11. Suppose only 2 forces equal in magnitude but opposite in direction act on a rigid body. Under what conditions the body will rotate? Answer: when 2 forces equal in magnitude and opposite in directions act on a rigid body, the body will rotate in all conditions except when the 2 forces act at the same linear line, at a linear line or linear point. Next, question number 12. When Earth is struck by meteorites, the Earth slightly slows down. Why? Answer: when Earth is struck by a meteorite, it increases the mass of Earth and hence increases the moment of inertia of Earth. This decreases angular velocity because L, angular momentum L is I omega is equal to constant about the axis of rotation. Thus, the Earth slightly slows down.